and today I'm going to review Ferry Morse versus Baker Creek seeds and help you decide which one is best. Okay, so behind me we have a lot of the Swiss chard and the lettuce. I have a lot of kale over here, as you can see, and those came from all of my Ferry Morse packages. So the majority of what you see here, the basic kale here, and then of course all of this chard and rainbow chard back here, that is all Ferry Morse. It has really good germination. I haven't had any problems with it. I was able to start this inside, then transplant it outside just because of where I live, but I did put some seeds in here as well. And you can see we're dealing with a lot of great chamomile over here, a lot of different unique heirloom options that I also interplanted, and those came from Baker Creek with pretty much the same germination rate. Okay, so right behind me is my really tiny corn quadrant. It's not quite a field, but there are actually different varieties here. So I, for example, have this sweet corn. I have a Ferry Morse sweet corn. So that's where I got some of the basic stuff. Through no fault of their own, it's not thriving like my other options, but I did find more ornamental items like the Cherokee Glass corn from Baker Creek. So when it comes to finding the right seed packet, I'm obviously going to go for what I think is best for balance, right? I want both types of corn for different reasons. They have different flavor profiles. One of them is going to look a lot cooler on the barbecue than the other, but of course, if I'm making a traditional corn salad, I want to have that basic sweet corn. So for price point, I'm obviously going to go with Ferry Morse for those basic things, but then of course for ornamental varieties, I'm going to go with Baker Creek. Super awesome heirloom varieties over here, but then of course intermixed with things like just generic Ferry Morse over here. Okay, so kind of hard to see, but right down here, these are all of my beets. Boop. Fun beets, right? Those are actually Baker Creek beets. You can't see them right now because they are obviously in the ground, but when I harvest them, this particular brand is really cool. It's got a cane, like a candy cane sort of stripe to it. So it's an heirloom design. I also have some golden beets tucked away in here. And then up here, you'll see all of these tomatoes. These are actually a Cherokee Purple tomato. So it is a Baker Creek heirloom variety, something that you're not going to find in a lot of other places. So price and value wise, I think it's important to strike a balance. As you can see here, I have a lot of tomatoes growing behind me, and one side of this planter box here, these are Ferry Morse. So they are around $2 per packet, whereas this other side, you can see over here, that's Baker Creek. So these are my heirloom varieties over here. These are my basic sauce tomatoes over here. I want a good balance personally because I use tomatoes for so many different things. I use them for making sauce, for making hot sauce. I use this side for the fun things that I'm gonna slice and put on burger, or I'm gonna add to a salad, like the fun purple tomatoes. So this side definitely cost me twice as much per seed packet, but I also get around the same germination, but a more unique option, and I get more seeds per packet. So in terms of quantity, that is something else to consider. So as you can see here, the packaging is going to be a little bit different for each, but really what it comes down to is what you're paying for. So these have pretty simple directions, especially on the back, and that's going to help you with basic care and maintenance, but honestly, you should probably be able to figure that out on your own without relying on the Ferry Morse packaging. The Baker Creek options, by comparison, have a lot of detailed information on the back, and you can choose the different options that you want based on their catalog. So when you look at that seed catalog, oh, isn't that so pretty? You can choose through the 532 pages, this thing is pretty hefty. You can choose the items that you want to order, and you can choose different quantities, which is nice. And since I am in the shade here, I'm just gonna wrap up by going over that heirloom versus organic conversation here. So obviously with what you're picking, you want to know, whether things are open pollinated. When you are ordering from this catalog, things are open pollinated. So you know that everything here is 100% heirloom, non-GMO. They are committed to seed preservation, but they don't carry the official USDA organic seal. When you turn to Ferry Morse, you will see that distinct line of USDA organic and heirloom seeds, but their main commercial line is usually standard hybrids. Ferry Morse has that more specific, affordable organic line, but Baker Creek is entirely heirloom and non-GMO, and they focus more on pure untreated varieties. I will say that in terms of seed preservation, I've had a lot of luck with all the things that I've gotten from Baker Creek. I don't have a lot of packages to show because I tend to only have to buy seeds once a year, one time. And then after I've planted something, I'm able to go back and take the seeds. Once, you know, I harvest something, I can take the seeds from it. I can save them in my fridge. Fun tip, just put them in your fridge. And then everything works out from there. Okay, so which one is best? Honestly, it comes down to what you're looking for. Packaging wise, you're gonna get sturdier packaging with Baker Creek. It's gonna cost you a bit more, but you're gonna find heirloom, non-GMO options that you probably won't get elsewhere. And you can use that catalog they send. You can buy the catalog, you can check online at Rare Seeds and find things based on flowers, vegetables, fruits, whatever it is you're looking for. Ferry Morse, by comparison, is gonna be a better option if you are trying to save money and if you just want those basic items in your garden, basic peppers, basic eggplants, even these things that you see behind me. So lots of options, choose what works best for you. I personally prefer a good balance between the two.